A cryptic menace has been spreading panic throughout North America. It is represented as a hybrid beast, a creature half-human half-goat with horns gnarled present in his head, a human-like, waist-up body, and characteristics of goat. Thereafter, reports of this mythical creature has not only come from people who claim to have found the beast, but also from images of creatures that match the above description. He could call GoatMan male goat be a real appearance? Or is it just fiction emerged from someone's head? In a comparison of the term legendary or mythological with the word fiction, fiction is a pure work of the imagination of everyone. However, the mythological term implies the existence of a grain of truth, so even if the actual image has been altered by the passage of time, some truth remains. GoatMan legend involves sightings all around the United States, and apparently clues lead to a place in Prince George County, Maryland, where it is believed to have originated. The story still identifies where supposedly is their den, and that is a cave near a rusty old bridge known as the Puente del Gobernador. It seems that in 1957, a group of locals reported seeing a mysterious being in the areas of Forestville and Upper Marlboro in Prince George County. It was partially covered with fur and had human characteristics, but the pair of twisted horns of his head took witnesses in the belief that it was a diabolical creature. Artistic representation made from the descriptions given by witnesses who saw it. In the summer of 1962, the GoatMan came to be in front, when he was accused of the death of no fewer than 14 people who were presumably to hiking near his den. In total, 12 children were killed along with 2 adults who were responsible for their supervision. There were some people who survived the horrific attack, and claimed that the wildly shot their victims to pieces with the help of an axe. GoatMan, while emitting squeals that only the devil himself would. According to reports, when local authorities arrived at the scene, all that remained of the bloodbath were partially eaten limbs and a trail of blood leading to a desolate cave. Another thing to consider is that there is no written record involved in this tragic event in the archives of the local authorities. Is this because people wanted to quickly forget the event? Or maybe something was found that had to remain a secret? So where did the GoatMan? Is an elusive lunatic or a member of a satanic sect involved in affairs? Apparently, the most credible story tells of a failed experiment conducted by a Dr. Stephen Fletcher in his laboratory at the Department of Agriculture in Beltsville. The doctor admitted that created the GoatMan mixing the DNA of a goat and his assistant William Lutsford, but the experiment did not end as planned, which would give birth to a horrible creature, who later became the GoatMan. Stephen Fletcher graduated from Johns Hopkins University with degrees in medicine and chemistry. A precocious prodigy, he completed his studies at age 23, and began his career in the research center at the Department of Agriculture in Beltsville, Maryland above. Fletcher's early work focused on the life sciences and animal genomics. Colleagues said their ambition was matched only by his genius. Although the story may sound a bit extreme, it bears a strong resemblance to the history of Chupacabra and the legend of the Anunnaki, who supposedly came to Earth thousands of years ago, and created humans through genetic combination features its own DNA with that of the ape man. So it is possible that, due to current scientific advances, humans are now able to do what our ancestors did once alien to us. See also, genetic engineering in antiquity. Well, if you look at the current potential of DNA manipulation, and the fact that it is possible, but at the same time restricted due to moral, such as cloning or the mixture of DNA issues, the possibility of a thirst for scientific knowledge doing illegal experiments on animals or humans is quite high. See also, human-animal hybrid monsters are being created by scientists around the globe. To understand what the odds of a mythical creature like the GoatMan are, we have focused our attention on other goat-like creatures represented in various ancient cultures. For example, the ancient Greeks spoke of a creature known as the faun, which had the same characteristics as the goatman, however, manifests itself as a spirit of the forest and animals, and was able to help human beings in need. Apart from this, the Romans believed that fauns inspired fear in men traveling in solitary, remote and wild places. Therefore, could be a link between these mythical creatures and the slaughter of 1962? After all, the group was hiking through the wilderness, probably for unknown or wastelands. Speaking of the Romans, they also had a Latin version of goatman known as the satyr. He was depicted as a mystical creature, wine lover, and women with characteristics goat did not like interruptions during their routines, and did not have much sympathy for humans. The encounter between a satyr and a man is depicted in a medieval fable called The Satyr and the Traveller. A satyr in a mosaic in Italy. The Romans were very present in their folklore. The Satyr and the Traveller speaks of a satyr or faun met a traveller wandering in the forest in midwinter. Taking pity on him, the satyr led to his cave and put it by the fire. Then the man snuggled hands to his mouth and breathed into them, and the satyr asked why he did that. He replied that to warm. Soon after they sat down at the table and, like the man also blew the food, he again asked the satyr what purpose he did, and he said to cool. The beast was horrified at such double standards, and I missed the traveler of his cave. Many elements from ancient cultures found in current reports goatmen. The common elements such as their hideout being a cave, his irascibility towards humans and their characteristics including goat hooves, hides and twisted horns, all point to the existence of such mythological creatures, even today.